Pigeons and Planes.
They just want to steal my shine like Thomas Edison. What you know about 3 times circle to Sheraton? Then you take the stairs like some normal Samaritans. When you get to the room, close the curtains before you hit the lights. We don't want the feds to know what room that they let us in, huh? So go on with all that jazz, Duke Ellington. And make sure you pay homage when you see me, cause you never make the seaweed disappear like Houdini. 4 pounds, 8 ounces, I just sold my dog a preenie. So if you got beef, I put some bread on your panini. Whew. You better squash it like zucchini. Whew. All right, I'm just
What's up, guys? It's Jinx here down in Austin, Texas, South by Southwest. We're at the Airpnp.
Yep.
I'm sitting here with CyHi the Prynce, man. How you doing?
Hey, I'm great, man.
It's always good seeing you, man.
Good seeing you, man. You know, working on the album, about to put it out in a couple months, and I'm excited.
You talk about new music, your new album, No Dope. What can we expect from that?
Man, No Dope on Sundays is what I'm really working on my community and also the mindset of a lot of the inner city youth and a lot of storytelling of my upbringing that a lot of guys may not even know about me. They know of me being this prolific rapper or this extraordinary writer, but people don't know my story, my life story, and I think I finally have the platform to be able to give it to you in such an organic way, in such a real way that when you hear No Dope on Sunday, by the time you get to the Sunday part of my album, you're gonna reconsider what you're doing on Sunday. You're like, do I wanna chill with my family or do I wanna, you know, go have some fun and not just indulge in what I'm used to indulging in?
Yeah.
But after that, we back to it. But just one day to assess your situation. So that's what No Dope on Sunday really is.
Why is now the time to introduce your fans? Because like you said, you've been working in front of the scenes, behind the scenes. You've been a figure in our space for quite some time now. Why is now the time to bring fans closer to you and share more about yourself with them?
Well, you know, a lot of times, a lot of the labels and a lot of things I was doing, people were so infatuated by how good I rap and that never understood my story or where these ideas and where these thoughts came from.
Yeah.
And they're from a real genuine place. Like, I grew up with my mother and father, you know what I'm saying? They instilled a lot of good things in me, and then I strayed away around 15, and you know, the streets kind of scared me back straight, you know what I'm saying, to like, now I've experienced a whole nother life that I can kind of combine with my spirituality and my, you know, just my personality and give it to the world in a very descriptive way. Back in the day, you know, my label situation was so funky.
That they want a certain product and they kind of force you into...
Exactly,
Yeah.
just because I'm from Atlanta. Now I'm with the label that like, no, we love you. We love everything you do. We love the spirit that you bring. So now I'm excited again because now I have the people that understand my story and understand who CyHi is.
Yeah. You were playing New Africa a little bit earlier today. Do you think it's important or required for artists to take a stance with their music?
Certain artists, you know, man, back in the day we had 69 Boys and Luke and, you know, those type of artists as well. But for somebody like me, I reek confidence. I reek, what would I like to say, social issues. It just comes out of me. I can't hold it in. If I see something wrong, if I need to speak on something, I do that. But in a nutshell, New Africa is just a mind state more so than just a mission that we could just be like, and it don't have to necessarily be Africa, it could just be mentally like, yo, we communicate like, this is New Africa to me.
You're going on tour with Lil Wayne. Sometimes I feel like you guys are at the same end of the spectrum. Sometimes I feel you guys are at different ends of the spectrum. What is it about Wayne that made you say this is a good partnership?
Man, Wayne, you know, one thing about Wayne, he showed me that even though I was from the South, I could be a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? No matter how it was, because a lot of our music was like really club driven or really simple where we wanted the fans to catch on immediately. Where Wayne kind of just was the one where we seen him grow from, you know, nice, you know, radio records to like, oh, he can really rap.
We were just talking about that the other day.
Yes, I know Wayne. I remember I watched the interview when he was like, man, I can't battle rap. I said, Wayne, you're one of the best battle rappers in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just respect his mind and his grind. Because I remember growing up, man, you didn't see guys in our community riding a skateboard until Wayne.
It's crazy how it's super normal now, like it's just regular, but yeah, it wasn't really like, there were a couple guys that kind of shifted it, and then when Wayne did it, it became
It was
a
just
whole
like,
thing.
yeah, them dudes used to be kicking doors with us. They like hitting ollies and I was like, okay, you're not going with us today, okay. Right.
Well, even when I feel like we don't see you in the direct spotlight, we know that you're still crafting and working on some of our favorite projects. We know that you were working heavily with Kanye behind the scenes on his latest work. How have you seen just the way you guys create together as a group evolve over time? Because sometimes I think about good music when you guys came out in the all white, and you guys were out in Dubai, and like the way you guys were just this unit, but also it's evolved over time, and different people are kind of rising and doing their own thing. I look at Big Sean back in that day and see where he was at, and see how he's found his own lane. How's the dynamic altered between you all?
Well, you know, a lot of people don't know. I would call myself the anchor, like because by me, you know, Ye kind of saved my life and saved my career, and so many. Cause I was from Atlanta, where you know I was so different that I'd be signing people, but they wouldn't do nothing with me because it was like, you're not doing the trap records. I'm like, yo. So once he found me, he kind of just taught me how to do my own records, and I just learned that just by watching, because I could never quite get my sound. I would always get like 2 tracks from people all over the world.
Yeah.
But I wanted to start creating it from scratch. Like, you know, I wanted to make my chicken and dumplings with the flour and the water. So he taught me how to communicate with producers, communicate with writers. So I'm like, oh, now that I feel like I went to the school of like Kanye West of music. I'm a part of a lot of your greatest or your best projects for the last, 7, 8 years. So.
I was thinking about, what was it, like Famous and Ultralight Beam. Do you have any specific memories just from that time? I feel like sometimes we'll look at these studio pictures and all we get is that one image from that 1 second.
Right.
You're like, who else is outside the frame? What happened right after that picture was happening before? And I'm always curious, like that's the part we want to be in and we're not there.
Right. Well, you know, Moses comes in the room every now and then. You know what I'm saying? So we can't show you guys. You guys will probably freak out if you see Matthew, you know what I mean, come in the room. But no, in all actuality, man, it's like, it's the most intense brainstorming / argument process you'll probably ever see. That's why we don't really, well, he doesn't let a lot of people in, but that's why, that's the strategy of it. And you know, a lot of people like, man, you know, the new thing in hip hop is like, man, you can't have writers and you can't have people in the room. Well, when you get to the Grammys and you're going up against other genres of music, you're going with other artists and they have 15 people behind them while they get their award.
It's collaboration.
And you think just a rapper just supposed to go up there by himself, like, yeah, I outdid Adele and her 15 people crew by myself. I want to think, no, it doesn't go that way. So I just, I encourage artists to kind of just bounce ideas off each other, not just with music, tech ideas, fashion ideas, just anything you do, have great minds in the room and it comes out great.
Word. We know that you got the album coming up, you're on a tour soon. Is there anything else we can expect? And what do you want to accomplish in the rest of the year?
The next 18 months, everybody look out for CyHi the Prynce. It is going to be a rude awakening. I apologize to all your favorite artists, but yes, Jesus' little nephew is officially in the room.